Hi, welcome to Reading Now. If you're new here, I'm Miss Ann. I'm a reading teacher. Do you need to practice your reading? It's so easy, you can do it. Today we're going to read 3 words and we're going to draw a picture. Let's get started. Let's make some room here. All right, we'll start with some nonsense words. Have you been practicing nonsense words? Nonsense words are a great way to practice your reading. I'm going to write one here. Let's see. All right, that's a great nonsense word. It follows a lot of rules that you've known for a very long time. All right, back when you were little and young and you were first learning to read, this is probably one of the first words that you learned to read. This one up here, right? At, cat. Right? How can you read that? Well, we see that we have one vowel in the center. There's no other vowels in our word, and there's a consonant after that vowel. So that means this vowel is going to be short. At. Well, those rules apply to our nonsense word. When I look at our nonsense word, I see only one vowel in the middle. There's a consonant after it. That means this vowel is probably going to be short. I's short sound, do you know what it is? That's right, it's I. It helps if you scrunch your nose up a little bit when you make that sound. I. Now let's put in our consonant sounds. We're going to start with our first 2 and link them. N, I, N. Let's add in our last sound, C sound. Do you know what C sound is? In this word, our C is going to make a sound. Let's add that in. Nick, Nick, Nick. Our nonsense word is Nick. All right, let's try another one. So again, we can follow our same rules that we have from our word cat. I see that I have one vowel, there's no other vowels, and there's a consonant after it. This vowel is probably going to be short. Do you remember the sound, the short sound for I? That's right, I. All right, let's start with our first letter here on the left. What's the sound for P? That's right. P. P. Let's link it to the I sound. P, I, P. Do you remember the sound for C? That's right. K. Let's link it. Pick, pick. Very good. Now, I do feel like I tricked you a little bit because our words were not nick and pick, and they weren't really nonsense words. They were really syllables. So let me put our 2 syllables together. All right, now that we've read both of these, we can read a nice, big, long word. Pick, pick, ick, nick. What's the word? Picnic. Very good job. All right, let's try another word like that with the syllables. And that's why we read nonsense words. That's why we practice them, because really they're just syllables. All right, here's our first syllable. Remember, a syllable is a chunk of a word. Every syllable has a vowel sound. All right, I only have 2 letters this time, but the same rules apply. I look at my syllable, I see one vowel. After the vowel, I see a consonant. That means this vowel is probably going to be short. What's O's short sound? That's right. Ah. What's B's sound? B. Be sure you don't say ba, because that's really two sounds. We just want B sound, and B sound is this. B, b. Adding those extra sounds in makes it difficult to read. So we just want to make that one sound b. Let's link them. Ah, b. Ob. Ob. Let me cover up that syllable. And let's do the next syllable. This one's a little bit different than we've been doing today also, because it doesn't have 2 letters or 3 letters, it has 4. But the same rule applies. When I look at this syllable, I see one vowel and a consonant after it. So this vowel is probably going to be short. What's E's short sound? Eh, eh. Like we hear at the beginning of the word elephant, or the beginning of the word edge, like the edge of my board. Edge. All right. Oh, and there's a letter J. What sound does J make? That's right. J's sound is J. Let's link our first 2 sounds together. J, eh, J. Do we remember C's sound? That's right. Let's link our first 3 sounds. Jack, Jack. And what's T's sound? That's right. T. Let's link all 4 sounds. Jack, Jack, Jack. I love C and T together. I like making that sound. Jack. All right, so we have jacked. And we put this word together. Take a minute and look at it. Remember how we sounded out the first part? And remember how we sounded out the second part? And then put those 2 chunks together. That's right. Ob, ob, jacked, jacked, object, object. Very good. We have one more word that we're going to read today. And then we're going to draw a picture. Because I think the only thing I love as much as reading is drawing. I love to draw too. All right, let's do our first syllable. All right, so I'm looking at the syllable. I see that there's one vowel and a consonant after it. All right, let's link our sounds. K, a, ca, a, cack. All right, let's cover that up. So it's not a distraction. You can always do this in your book by putting your thumbs over parts of the words. Here's our second syllable. And again, I see one vowel with a consonant after it. Remember, that vowel will usually be short. Let's link our sounds. T, ta, s, tuss, tuss. Let's put it together. Take a minute, look at the word. Do you know the word? That's right. K, ack, cack, t, us, tuss, cactus, cactus, right? But I think when you said the word and when I say the word, that I probably make it sound, this U sound like this. Cactus. Do you hear that I there? Cactus. So we sounded out our tuss, which was perfect. Tuss. But when we put it together, our brains automatically made it that lazy schwa sound. This is what schwa looks like. It made it the lazy sound because it's so much easier to say cactus than it is to say cactus. Tuss. It's just a little bit easier. It makes us talk a little bit faster. It makes our speaking a little bit more fluent. All right. We don't usually have to think about this sound when we're reading. We usually just automatically make it. So don't worry too much about that. Just sound your words out the way they look, and your brain will make that leap into that lazier sound. All right. And this is what we're going to draw today. Let me get my drawing paper out. We're going to draw a cactus. I'm so excited. All right. If you don't have your paper and pencil ready, you can pause the video and go get some, or come back and watch the video again later when you have some paper. All right, so I have my favorite pencils, my drawing pencil and my white drawing eraser. All right, and we're gonna start, drawing is a lot like writing letters. It's just a lot of lines and curves. So I'm gonna start with a curve. It's almost like an upside down U, and you can make this as tall or as short as you want. All right. The only thing I am doing is I kind of brought these two in on the bottom just a little bit. How about like that? If you don't want to bring it in, you don't have to. You can keep them straight if you want. It's your drawing. You can do whatever you want. All right. So this kind of oval shape here, this long kind of oval shape, I'm going to add one on the one side and one on the other side. Okay. But first I need to kind of come out away from the cactus before I do it. So I'm going to kind of come up like this. And back down. Now, when I come back down to finish this kind of arm here, I'm going to make it more narrow as I come in. How's that? I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, but I don't want it to be even because I don't want it to look like arms. Arms are even. All right. I don't know what these are called on cactuses. Do you know? Are they like branches? I'm not sure. So I'm going to make this one a little bit lower. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come up and around and down and around. All right. Yeah, don't be afraid to erase. Erasing's good. I have my eraser right here for me, but I've been practicing this cactus, so I'm ready to go. Now, oh, my cactus looks so nice. I'm going to draw some eyes on my cactus. All right, you can draw any kind of eyes you want. You can just draw 2 dots if you want. I'm going to draw some cute eyes. All right, and I love to use upside down U's in my drawings. So there's one. And there's another one. All right, and that's pretty cute. You could leave it like that if you want. It looks like their eyes are closed. I'm going to come across the bottom. And if you notice, my lines on the bottom weren't perfectly straight. I did curve them a little, but you could keep them straight. You can curve them the other way. Remember, it's your drawing. You can do whatever you want. All right. So my eyes still look a little closed there. If I added eyelashes on the bottom, then it would really look closed. But I want my eyes to be open. So I'm going to put in some pupils and iris here. So I'm going to come up and down like that. And really, it just looks like my outer line here, this outer curve here. I just kind of drew it again, I think, only smaller. And I'm going to do it on this side too. Okay. And now I'm going to add some eyelashes because I think it's going to make it look really cute. Remember, if I'm going too fast and need a minute, you can always pause the video. All right, so I made one big one on each one. I'm going to make them smaller because eyelashes usually look smaller as they come in. Let's see, maybe I'll make 2 more. How's that? Oh, so cute. All right, and I want her to be happy, so I'm going to give her a smile. All right, now I'm going to add, I think I'm going to put her in a pot. So I'm going to come down around here. See, there's the bottom. I'm going to come up just a little bit so it looks like the pot's going behind her. And I'm going to come out in a curve like this. And then do you see how I'm going to leave some space here? I'm going to come around and I'm going to do the same thing I did over here on this side. I'm going to come around behind. There, how's that? All right. And now I'm going to draw the pot down. I'm going to come out to the widest part right here, and I'm going to come down. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And I'm going to draw a bottom. She looks like she can start dancing, doesn't she? All right, now I think something that she needs as a cactus is some of those pricklies, right? Those prickly, what are they called? Those little spikes. They're like little needles, right? You want to be careful with the cactus. All right, so to draw those little pricklies, I'm going to draw an X. And from the center of my X, I'm going to draw one line up just to make it look like they're sticking this way, this way, and up. All right. And you don't want to line them up. You want to kind of make them kind of random. So I'm going to just fill in here. And you can fill in too on yours. And it's okay if you make them about the same size or if you make some of them smaller. I'm going to try to keep mine about the same size. And then since cactuses, their little prickles kind of come out, it's okay if you go off the side a little bit like that, because they do stick out. And these ones are sticking out. They're just sticking out towards us, but maybe there's some on the side that are sticking out. But remember, it's your drawing. You could do it any way you want. I'm going to put one up here on top of her head. How's that look? And I think instead of a flower or a bow, I'm going to give her a cute heart for the top of her head. How does that look? All right, don't forget the arms. They're not really arms, right? I don't know what they're called. The branches. I'm going to have to look that up and learn about cactuses. I bet you guys know a lot about cactuses, right? I don't live where there are any cactuses. So I don't know if I'm saying that right either. Is it cacti? I bet you guys know. You guys are really smart. There's my cactus in a pot. And you could decorate your pot too if you want. Any way you want. You could draw pictures on it, hearts on it, flowers on it. You do just a zigzag if you want. And then you can color it. All right, well, that was so much fun. Thanks for reading with me today and drawing with me today. I should name my cactus. What should I name her? Let me know if you have any names for my cactus. All right. Well, I hope to see you guys again soon. If you enjoyed reading with me and drawing with me, and you want to practice some more reading, be sure to hit that subscribe button below, or you can follow my link to my live classes on OutSchool. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.